Have you ever stopped to think that everything you believe about your life could be wrong, and it's all your fault? Yes, your words are like commands you throw out into the universe, and it simply obeys. Don't believe it? Then explain this. Why is it that the person who's always complaining only attracts problems? Or that optimistic guy who seems to have everything going his way? Did you know that what you say has the power to build or destroy your reality? That's exactly what I'm going to prove to you right now. It almost feels magical, but the secret is often right under our noses, in the words we use every day. That's right. The way you speak can completely transform your life. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'll show you how your words shape your thoughts, beliefs, and even the way you perceive the world around you. Ready to change your reality? Let's dive in. Remember when we were kids and loved creating magical rituals? We'd bury little treasures, a shiny pebble, a piece of paper with a scribbled wish, and whisper magic words, believing they gave power to our games. And you know what's even more amazing? The idea that words hold power isn't just a childhood fantasy. The words we use every day carry a powerful energy capable of shaping our reality. The big question is, how are you using this power? Some people use words as tools to build a life full of meaning, joy, and abundance. Others, however, waste this power, focusing on complaints, pessimism, and unknowingly attracting exactly what they don't want. So which of these groups do you belong to? Remember that iconic phrase from the Gospel of John? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. This ancient wisdom isn't just poetry. It teaches us something profound about the role of words in creating our reality. Sure, we can't go around creating entire universes, but we can absolutely build our own world, defining what we want and how far we can go. So why not start now? Choose your words with intention. They're so much more than mere sounds. They're the seeds of everything you want for your life. Choosing the right words is like selecting the spices for a special recipe. The quality of these ingredients determines whether the result will be a burst of flavors or something bland. When you say, "I am capable," "I deserve," or "I receive everything with ease and joy," you're using the finest ingredients to create a life full of meaning and fulfillment. Have you ever heard of Neil Donald Walsh? He said that life isn't shaped solely by words, but by the actions they inspire. And that's where the magic lies. Actions are born from words. Think about it. Since childhood, we've been taught to use expressions and phrases that, unknowingly, can limit our potential. Now imagine if we could choose words that unlock success and happiness. There really is a secret code in the words we use every day. Let's start with the word happiness. Have you ever stopped to think about what it truly means? Happiness sounds like to be with. It's about being present, connected with yourself and everything around you, here and now, not in some distant future. When you realize this, you understand that happiness isn't something to be achieved, but something to be lived. And what about love? A beautiful interpretation is that it connects us to the divine, a reminder that we came into this world to feel and share love. It's like a gentle nudge, reminding us that our journey here is about learning to love ourselves, others, and life in all its forms. Now let's talk about work. This word often carries a weight of obligation, effort, and even sacrifice. But what if we looked at it differently? Work can be seen as a form of expression, an opportunity to manifest who you truly are, showcase your talent, and shine. When we find something that brings us joy, work stops being just a task and transforms into a creative act, almost divine, where we take our rightful place in the world. It all starts with words. What if you started choosing them with intention and care? Maybe the secret to transforming your life is closer than you think, in the way you speak to yourself and to the world. Have you ever stopped to think about the power of the word universe? It's like an immense symphony where everything is connected. When you realize this, you understand that you are an essential piece of this infinite puzzle. John Kehoe, an incredible author, explained that the subconscious neither judges nor questions. It simply accepts what you think and say as absolute truth. And do you know what that means? Every word that comes out of your mouth activates programs in your subconscious. And these programs, my friend, end up shaping your reality. Now let's talk about two magical little words: intention and action. Intention is that spark that ignites your mind. the energy that points to where you want to go. Action, on the other hand, is what transforms that spark into fire. It's what gives shape and life to your dreams. One without the other, it doesn't work. Intention without action is just a wish lost in the air. Action without intention is effort without purpose. When you grasp the weight of these words, you are literally taking the first step to take control of your reality. And do you want to know the most fascinating part? In ancient times, people believed that words held magical power. Spells, mantras, prayers, all of these were created with words loaded with intention and energy. And when you think about it, what is a spell? Nothing more than using words to turn ideas into reality. It's like taking the invisible and making it tangible. You know those mantras and prayers we repeat? Or even the positive affirmations that are so trendy these days? Deep down, they work like modern spells. When you say something with intention and truly believe it, you are reprogramming your subconscious and consequently your life. Gratitude, for example, is like a spell that attracts even more reasons to be grateful. Impressive, right? Now the main point, every word you utter, whether consciously or not, carries power. Every sentence that leaves your mouth shapes the world around you. So why not start choosing your words more carefully? Imagine that each one is part of a spell that can bring forth the life you've always dreamed of. The power is in your hands, or rather in your voice. Every word you speak is shaping your future. Are you ready to discover how to break this cycle and turn the game around? Or will you keep letting your words betray you? The secret to transforming your life is closer than you think, and you have no idea that you're wasting this power every single day. But hurry, because time won't wait. Want to learn how to use your words to attract everything you've ever dreamed of? Get ready for something that could change everything. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, have you ever stopped to think about how your brain and your words are shaping your reality? Every time you say something, small electrical impulses fire in your mind, creating neural connections. These connections build your thoughts, feelings, and even your beliefs. It's as if your brain were fertile soil, ready to germinate whatever you plant. Now here's the question. What kind of seeds have you been planting in this soil? Fear, doubt and insecurity, or trust, love, and positivity? Every word that comes out of your mouth is a seed. And believe me, sooner or later, it will grow. When you say something like, "This is too hard," do you know what happens? You're cultivating weeds, those that choke out the good plants. But don't worry, you can turn this around. How about pulling out those weeds and starting to plant words that bloom into something good? Try saying, "Today is going to be amazing. I can overcome anything," or "Everything flows easily for me." It may seem simple, but these affirmations are like water and sunlight for the garden of your mind. The truth is, the biggest challenge lies within us, in the stories we keep repeating to ourselves. And the craziest part, often we seek happiness, love, and success. But what do we really say? "I want to be happy," or "I'm afraid of being unhappy." "I want to find love," or "I'm afraid of being alone." Without realizing it, we create a filter with our words and thoughts. And it's through this filter that we see the world. But here's the good news. You have the power to change that filter and transform your life. It all starts with conscious choices. Choose words that reflect the future you want to build. It's like waking up from a deep sleep and realizing that you've always had control of your life. A great first step. Pay attention to what you've been saying. Now you might be thinking, if words are so powerful, why doesn't saying, "I'm a millionaire," make $1 million fall from the sky? Well, let's look at this from another perspective. Imagine you find a treasure map with an X marked right in the middle of the desert. You arrive at the spot full of expectation, but all you see are sand dunes. Frustrating, right? But here's the thing. The treasure is there. You just need to dig to find it. With words, it's the same thing. It's not enough to simply repeat phrases like, "I am rich," without taking action. Words are the starting point, the motivation to grab the shovel and start digging. So how about starting today? Use words that inspire action and cultivate a lighter, happier reality filled with possibilities. After all, the power to change is literally at the tip of your tongue. Affirmations work like seeds. When you say, "I am a millionaire," you're planting the idea of what you want to achieve. But just saying it, doesn't work miracles. The real issue begins when your inner beliefs conflict with your words. You could repeat, "I am a millionaire," all day long, but if deep down you believe wealth is impossible or only for others, you create a mental barrier that blocks you. It's like trying to row against the current. For your words to have real power, they need to align with what you feel and do. It's not enough to simply repeat positive phrases. You need to imagine, feel, and act as if you've already achieved what you desire. But here's the catch. This only works when the goal is authentic, something that truly resonates with you, not a borrowed dream from someone else. When your intentions are genuine, your mind starts to cooperate, paving the way and attracting the right opportunities. Our brains are incredible because they have the ability to change. This is called neuroplasticity. Every time you repeat something positive, new neural connections are formed, creating space for a new reality. But be warned, this doesn't happen overnight. It requires practice, repetition, and consistency. Remember that phrase from the letter to the Romans? Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's exactly it. The starting point for changing your life begins inside your head. And it all starts with how you talk to yourself. Replace phrases like, "I can't," with, "How can I make this work?" It sounds simple, but it makes all the difference. Your words are like the brush that paints the reality you want to live. When your thoughts, words, and feelings align, they create a powerful force. And to understand how this impacts you even more deeply, let's talk about vibrations. Have you ever stopped to think that your words aren't just sounds? They're vibrations that travel through the world around you, influencing everything they come into contact with. They affect the water you drink, the plants you grow, the people around you, and even the food you prepare. Think about it. How do these words impact your body, your cells, your health? This isn't just energy talk. Experiments show that plants treated with kind words and exposed to soft music grow stronger and more beautiful than those subjected to neglect or aggression. The world reacts to your energy, your vibrations, and your words. This isn't new. Since ancient times, people have understood the power words hold. Ever heard of abracadabra? That expression, rooted in Aramaic, roughly means, "I create as I speak." Now connect this to quantum physics, which states that the observer influences the observed. Your words, then, are not just sounds. They're acts of creation shaping your reality. The thing is, most people use their words like unconscious spells. Without realizing it, they spread fear, insecurities, and doubt, like asleep magicians who have no idea of the power they hold. But you know what's amazing? You can wake up. You can start right now to use that power to your advantage. Declare, "My words make me healthy, loved, and happy." Sounds simple, right? And it is. Your intention is the key that directs your energy and brings your desires to life. Want a practical example? Start with small things. Be grateful for the water you drink. Speak words of kindness while you cook. Offer love and gratitude to the plants in your home. And of course, to the important people in your life. The more positive energy you spread, the more it comes back to you, multiplied. Now here's a challenge for you to think about. How would you explain the taste of a strawberry to someone who has never tried one? You can try describing it with words, but does that really convey the real experience? Tricky, isn't it? Words are like markers on the map of our understanding. They help us communicate and share ideas, but they can never replace actual experiences. That's why, beyond speaking, it's essential to feel, to experience, and to live. After all, that's how words truly come to life. If we don't have a word to describe something, it's hard to understand it, let alone feel it clearly. It's like trying to admire a stunning landscape through a darkened glass. You know something's there, but the details slip away. When we lack words for a feeling or an experience, it's as if they become blurry, almost unreachable. But hold on, language isn't a limitation. It's a powerful tool, and you can learn to use it to your advantage. Expanding your vocabulary, exploring new languages, or diving into poetry and literature are ways to open your mind and perceive the world more vividly. The more you master words, the richer and more flexible your thinking, feeling, and living becomes. Language is the key to deciphering not just the world around you, but also who you truly are. And you know what's even more incredible? You can shape this key however you want. Play with words, create unique meanings, experiment fearlessly. Language doesn't just reflect reality, it transforms everything around you. Imagine you have a magical prism. With it, you can color life with the most vibrant and intense hues. And to do that, let's dive into some simple practices of self-programming and visualization that can change everything. Imagine a locked door. On the other side lies the life you've always dreamed of, filled with joy, success, and balance. Now picture this. You already have the key, but you're not entirely sure how to use it yet. Here's the secret. Your words have power. They create, transform, and shape your thoughts and beliefs. Everything begins with the conscious use of language. Want a practical example? Pay close attention to the words you repeat every day. Which ones bring you closer to your dreams? Which ones keep you stuck in the same place? Replace I can't with I can. Swap I'm afraid to fail for I trust in my success. This shift may seem small, but it makes all the difference. Now combine this with visualization. Close your eyes and imagine every detail of what you want to achieve. See it, feel it, live it mentally. When you pair positive affirmations with clear images of your goal, you create an incredible force. It's as if your words and visions start pulling you in the right direction, aligning your subconscious with what you want to manifest. So ready to put this into practice? Grab a notebook right now. Write down the phrases that always drag you down and transform them into positive and powerful affirmations. Repeat these phrases daily, and while you do, visualize what you want to achieve. It may seem simple, but over time you'll notice your words have the power to change your reality. What if I told you that your memory might be lying to you right now? No, it's not paranoia. It's science. A simple play on words can distort what you remember, reprogram your brain, and even change how you feel. Sounds like something out of this world, doesn't it? But it's happening inside your mind. Want to know how this works and, more importantly, how you can protect yourself? Don't go anywhere. The next piece of information could change the way you see everything around you. Have you ever thought about how your memories can be influenced by something as simple as someone else's words? Imagine you witnessed an accident. You saw everything, every detail. Now what if I told you that even so, your memories could be altered by something that doesn't even seem that significant? Let me tell you about a fascinating experiment that demonstrates exactly that. Researchers asked some people to watch a video of a car accident. Then, they divided the participants into two groups and asked a simple question with a subtle difference. One group was asked, at what speed did the cars smash into each other? While the other was asked, at what speed did the cars collide? The choice of words made all the difference. Those who heard smash estimated much higher speeds than those who heard collide, and it doesn't stop there. A week later, they asked another question. Do you remember seeing broken glass at the accident? Here's the catch. There was no broken glass. Even so, those who heard smash were more likely to say yes. Isn't that wild? Just by changing a single word, people's memories were distorted. This experiment proves something fascinating. Our memories are not like cameras that record everything with precision. They are malleable, constantly rewritten by new experiences, and of course, by the words we absorb. Our subconscious is like a sponge, soaking up information and using it to shape how we see the world. And you know what's even more impressive? This internal work of the brain happens all the time, without us even noticing. It's as if our mind were a giant factory, producing thoughts, beliefs, and patterns. According to experts, we generate an average of 70,000 thoughts per day. But most of these thoughts are not conscious. They stem from beliefs already installed deep inside, almost like programs running on autopilot. These automatic thoughts shape everything: how you feel, decide, act. Often they come from things you heard a long time ago, maybe in childhood, and don't even notice anymore. As Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. For example, if you grew up hearing that you're not good enough or you can't do something, it may have turned into a deeply rooted belief. Even if, rationally, you now know it's not true, the script keeps running in the background, repeating those ideas as if they were absolute truths. So tell me, Have you ever stopped to think about how many of those scripts you're still carrying around without realizing it? The beliefs you carry are like the gears of a machine. They can drive your progress or hold you back. Here's an intriguing question. Have you ever thought about how the words you use affect your body and emotions? The impact of words is fascinating, and you might have heard of a curious experiment involving car accidents. When people were asked questions using more dramatic terms, they not only imagined the cars moving at higher speeds, but also experienced real stress. Their hearts raced, and their bodies reacted. Now think about this. If you say something like, "I feel great," full of energy, your body starts releasing endorphins, those magical substances that make us feel good. But if you wake up saying, "I'm exhausted, I won't accomplish anything today," your mind responds by releasing cortisol, the stress hormone, which can weaken your immunity and harm your health. This is because the words we choose are powerful chemical triggers. By using positive expressions, you literally reprogram your body to function better, with more energy and even a greater potential for healing. An incredible example is Richard Bach. After a seemingly insurmountable plane crash, he defied all medical expectations. By repeating a phrase full of power, "I am the perfect manifestation of perfect love, perfect life, here and now," he managed to get back to flying in just 1 year. This story is in the book Illusions 2, and it's absolutely worth checking out. But here's the starting point of it all: the seeds of your beliefs. Have you ever wondered where they come from? The answer lies in childhood. From a young age, the words we hear from parents, teachers, and those around us shape our worldview and how we see ourselves. Children who receive compliments like, "You're so smart and capable," often grow up confident, ready to face challenges and achieve their goals. On the other hand, negative words or pessimistic predictions can plant doubts and create limitations we carry for years. So how are your beliefs today? What words have you been saying to yourself? These answers could be the beginning of an incredible transformation. Imagine 2 children starting to draw. One constantly hears, "This isn't for you. Give up. You'll never be good at this." Meanwhile, the other is encouraged with, "You've got talent. Keep going. You'll get there." It's easy to guess which child will feel more motivated, right? Psychologist Alfred Adler was spot on when he said, "We interpret events and choose our destiny." And this interpretation, most of the time, originates in childhood, guided by the words we hear. That's why it's crucial to pay attention to what we say to children. But what if you grew up hearing negative, limiting messages? Does that hold you back forever? The good news is it doesn't. You have the power to reprogram your mind. How? By visualizing the life you want and repeating positive affirmations. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living your dreams, happy, fulfilled, achieving everything you desire. Use words that reflect this new reality. Start transforming how you speak to yourself, and little by little, you'll notice changes in your life. But it doesn't stop there. There's something even bigger influencing our minds: the bombardment of external information. Have you ever stopped to think about who writes the script of your consciousness? Is it you or someone else? We live immersed in an ocean of stimuli: news, movies, series, books. All of this shapes our worldview, and often not in a positive way. News, for example, brings an avalanche of tragedies, violence, and fear. After watching it, it's almost inevitable to feel anxious or pessimistic. Over time, this information paints your mind in dark tones, creating negative thought patterns. Now, imagine your mind as a blank canvas. You have the power to choose which paints to use. Why not fill that canvas with images and words that inspire you? Swap out that heavy drama for a light-hearted movie or an inspiring book. Nowadays, there's no shortage of content to lift your energy. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it, and the thoughts we cultivate are direct results of what we consume. So the choice is yours. What will you paint on the canvas of your mind? Start right now. Cut down on the time you spend consuming negative news and choose content that truly inspires you. Movies, books, or series that help you grow. Shall we talk about how the media uses language to influence us? It's not just about delivering information. It's about shaping opinions. And spoiler alert, this is rarely done in a neutral way. The media knows how to pack its messages with emotional weight that subtly, yet effectively, shapes how we see the world. Words, headlines, tone of voice, All of these are part of a linguistic programming that targets our minds in a quiet but precise manner. Think about it. The same event can be told in completely different ways. For example, a group of citizens held a peaceful demonstration versus a crowd with an aggressive appearance protested in the square. Which one makes you feel more at ease or more alarmed? It's this play on words that allows the media to turn heroes into villains, and vice versa, just by making calculated word choices. And guess what? This is happening right now as you're reading this. You're being exposed to constant linguistic programming, often without realizing it. What you believe, what you value, how you see the world, it might all be shaped by the words the media chooses to use. But how do they pull this off? Let's dive into a technique called framing, one of the most commonly used strategies to manipulate our perception. Imagine reading about the same protest in two different newspapers. One calls it mass unrest, the other, a legitimate expression of the people's will. Feel how everything changes? Same event, different words, opposite emotions. That's framing, a way to shape your perception of things before you even get a real chance to reflect on them. Can you see how powerful that is? Have you noticed how the media carefully chooses words to provoke emotions? It infuses terms with intention, hides details that could shift the narrative, and highlights exactly what serves its purpose. The goal? To evoke something in you: fear, anger, outrage, or on the other hand, admiration and enthusiasm. A classic example: the same political measure can be described as a bold reform by some and a legislative change by others. It's the same fact, but presented in ways that make you see the world completely differently. And here's the point: the media doesn't just inform, it shapes your perception. It creates an illusion of neutrality, but in practice, it's directly influencing how you see things. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Who controls the present controls the past"? That's exactly why understanding this is crucial for you to take control of what you consume and how it impacts your life. When you consciously manage what enters your mind, you give yourself the chance to form genuine opinions aligned with what truly matters to you. Even more, you gain the power to create the future you want instead of being swept along by the current. Now, think about this. If the media shapes reality, you need to ask yourself, what kind of reality do you want to create for yourself? A world filled with love, abundance, and joy? Or a landscape dominated by fear, limitations, and negativity? Because in the end, the choice is yours, even if it sometimes feels hard to see it. My suggestion is simple: become your own media. Carefully choose what you consume. Fill your mind with content that genuinely helps you get where you want to be, that inspires you, that raises your vibration. Books, movies, YouTube channels, blogs. Seek out sources that align with your life goals, not the fear or manipulation that's often pushed on us. And if necessary, disconnect from groups, news, or content that only reinforce a view of the world that doesn't resonate with you. That world, created to limit you, is not yours. You have the right and the power to build a reality that's more aligned with the essence of who you truly are. And here's the secret: your real goals aren't outside, they're within. They are born from the needs of your soul, which is always seeking experiences that help you grow, evolve, and become more of who you truly are. Did you make it this far? That's amazing. Let me tell you something. Have you ever stopped to think about how life is like a good conversation? In the beginning, everything seems a bit messy and the words come together slowly. But then, when you least expect it, a sentence hits you right in the heart, makes you reflect, and something changes inside you. That's exactly what happened today. And speaking of change, do you know that person who always has the perfect tip or a story that makes you see things differently? The one who, in the middle of an ordinary day, drops an idea that flips your perspective? Well, this could be our space here. So how about subscribing to the channel right now? This way, you won't miss the next conversations. And who knows, maybe the next video will bring just the right words to transform your reality even more. Hit that like button to show you're enjoying it, and leave a comment. What's the one word you'd choose to kickstart your transformation today? You've just heard about words, intentions, and magic, but more than that, you've heard something that might have already been inside you. just waiting for a little nudge to come out. That's powerful. And you know what's even cooler? Every time you choose your words with care, you take another step toward building a reality that's uniquely yours. And look, I know it's not easy. We're surrounded by doubts, external voices, insecurities, but the simple fact that you're here, right now, shows that you're searching for something bigger, that you're ready to flip the switch, break patterns, and create something new. Isn't that inspiring? I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing this moment with me. Seriously, it feels like sitting in a circle of friends, talking about life, dreams, and even the struggles we all carry. Thank you for letting me be part of this journey with you. Now go out there and spread good words wherever you go, because the world needs your unique energy. See you next time, my friend. And remember, you're more powerful than you think.